우린 꿈속을 살고 있어. 그 꿈은 언제나 같은 결말로 끝나지만 눈을 뜨면 어제의 꿈을 잊고 말지. 쉼없이 되감아지며 그 처음을 알 수 없게 된 태엽처럼. 때가 되었다. 제군대. 외로이 남겨진 형제들의 넋을 위해 우리의 총칼과 함성으로 진홍곡을 노래하자. 기립, 그리고 전진, 처리해. 저들에게도 보여주자. 우리의 전쟁이 그려낼 풍경을. 이제 편히 쉬렴. 이 악몽이 끝나는 날, 우리가 다시 웃으며 만날 수 있기를.
Hey everyone, today we are going to be talking about next awakening units that is coming to the global server, which is Felix. She is the second soldier awakening unit that has been added to the game, and she is incredible in my opinion. She is very nice looking, and her kits are very unique and very fun compared to any other characters, and I think she is a character that describes the genre of the game, which is a line battle defense. So anyways, let's jump into video and talk about Felix. Alright, so let's go and talk about Felix. First of all, she's awakening SSR tower units with the soldier type, and she has deployment cost of 5, and she is able to attack the all range, and she counts as a ground units. Going through with her skills, let's start with her passive skill. Deployment position is fixed to allied ships, skill haste permanently increased by 30%, and gains immunity to special skill hit stun, knockback, and airborne. And she also shares her stat grow and equipment with her summons. And when you max out her passive skill, her summoned allies will be also gaining stun immunity as well as a special hit stun immunity as well, which makes them able to stand strong and keep their positions out on the field. Her special skill, when she hits the target with it, she's able to inflict a blind debuff for 6 seconds, and she also forms a connection to the other world and summons 3 Banshee troopers. And when you max out their skill, each time you cast a special skill, she is able to boost their attack and attack speed, both 30% and 12% up to 3 stacks, which is really nice and will boost up their DPS very nicely. And these Banshee troopers count as a soldier type units, and they can exist up to 3 units out on the field. And finally, when she casts her ultimate skill, she'll be granting all of her summons 50% defense penetrations as well as a 50% damage res penetrations for 25 seconds. Then she also does AoE damage onto the field. Then she will be also summoning Chernobog, and this huge summons will be increasing its attack as well as a damage res penetration depending on how many Banshee troopers are present onto the field. And the summon is also corrupted objects and mechanic time and is immune to confusions, and only one of it can be out on the field each time, and it casts enhanced attack and such, and whenever it dies it will do some great AoE damage onto the field before it exits itself from the field. So yeah, to summarize it, she is a summoning type of character, and each time she casts her special and ultimate skill, she'll be giving nice buff to her summons, and they will be doing more damage down the road. And it's really satisfying to see all these enemies are getting melted by your army of Banshee troopers as well as Chernobog, and it's just visually satisfying character, and I really enjoy that character for that reason. Let's talk about gear option for Felix, and it's pretty simple. You want to be stacking up much skills haste as you can. So maximizing skill haste is going to be key option, so maze cooldown set or relic cooldown set with the skill haste latent power is going to be the key aspects, and the more you spam your special and ultimate skill, the more DPS and more frontline and more summons you are going to be getting. So that is going to be very simple and key aspects when it comes to her gear options. If you think you have really good latent power for something like range damage, Breach Rod Relic cooldown set, something like that could work as well. So that could be considerations, but most of the time, especially in PvP areas, you are going to be seeing her using those maze cooldown sets or relic cooldown sets with the maximum skill haste on it, because that way you are going to be spamming her special much as you can, as well as ultimate skills as well, which is going to be boosting up your DPS greatly and fight against your enemy. So very simple character when it comes to gear options. You just want to maximize her skill haste. And next, let's talk about Felix throughout PvE Contents, and from my experience of using her as level 120 throughout raid, core bosses, challenge stages, as well as dimension trimming and danger close, all of it as well, I think she is really amazing and great character to be used for the 5 cost units. She's also tower units, and being tower unit does not have any disadvantage in my opinions in PvE Contents currently, so that's also great, except maybe like Demolition Worm. I guess that's kind of bad place, but other than that, yeah, she is great, and you are going to be having a lot of fun using her because she is very unique compared to any other character, because she's a summoning based character, and seeing her summoning all these allies onto the field and being kind of like a one-man army style is really fun and satisfying in terms of visually, and her damage also goes pretty big whenever she gets her ultimate skills as well. So yeah, for PvE wise, I think it's pretty amazing character. But I do have to mention that certain areas are not that great. I think Kraken Raid is probably the one part, because even though she does a great damage and great multi-hit against tentacles and such, the downside is that her summons are actually, I think, making Surya die much quicker, because they are also taking damage, and Surya will be taking more damage due to the summons out in the field and keep dying and such. So yeah, in that situation, probably not the best choice. But overall, in my opinions of her throughout the PvE Contents is great, and I can't really say anything bad about her. She might not be what you're looking for if you're expecting another Eve or replacement for Dino, even though she can do amazing job in Dive 65 as well. So if you want to use her, like I said, she is going to be amazing throughout pretty much most of the situation, except like Kraken Raid, like I said, that's just exceptions, I think. But yeah, I had tons of fun using her, and I will continue to use her whenever I get the opportunity. And Danger Close was pretty fun with her as well, so I can expect her to be really amazing whenever there is a change type enemy coming out, and Felix will be doing great job against them. And lastly, let's talk about Felix throughout PvP Contents, and my experience with my 120 Felix. It has been amazing. I would say she is really fun to use, quite unique compared to other characters since she's a summoning based character, and really fun to use at the end of the day, which matters the most for me. She does get banned here and there, so she's definitely not a weak character. She is really strong character and really flexible as well. One downside she has is that for being a tower unit with the fixed positions as well, she's weak to many different meta comps out there in my opinions. She is really good to fight against, like campy comp, because any campy comp she's going to be winning fights most of the time in my opinions, but any rush comps to your classic Naiven defender weak is going to be really hard to deal with. So tower counter units, she's really weak against it. Even Rearm Sylvia is going to be a good counter against Felix. So yeah, she is very hard to use whenever there's a tower counter units out into the field. Another character that she's really weak against is Awakened Rhythmilla, but you can also kind of counter that by using Swan as well and turn into advantage instead of disadvantage. So I don't want to say that's too bad, but that's definitely one of the things. New Ohio is the one ship that will melt down Felix really quick, and also able to apply the skill seal, and also able to apply the skill cooldown with the S2 as well. So that's another ship that's going to be annoying Felix. Another character or another comp that's really hard to fight against in my opinions is the rush comp. But as long as Fatima is alive or some decent defender is alive during that week, it's manageable. But Shasha Ellis, especially 120 Ellis, is going to be rushing towards you and punching you way in, and you're going to be dead pretty fast. So it's definitely not an easy comp to fight against. So to summarize it, I will say she is an amazing character to the point that will get banned, but at the same time there is many units that can kind of counter her and fight against her, so she's not totally OP and unable to fight against with other comps. But trust me, she is very hard units to fight against, especially campy week. Any campy comps, Felix is going to be having upper hands, so be aware of that. Then again, the Shasha Ellis comp is never really get into the ban list, so you will be always seeing that comp here and there popping out. And for global server, there are a couple of crazy Nile players here and there as well, so that's going to be another hard comp to fight against and such. So the point I'm trying to say is, it's not a character that's going to be deleting everyone every week and get 2 ban types of character, but it's really fun to use and will get banned here and there for global server as well, in my opinions. So yeah, my overall opinion, she is really fun and really good character for both PvE as well as PvP. But anyways, thanks for watching this Felix review video. Hope I gave you some insights about this character and help you able to decide if you want this character or not. I'm going for this character. I always go for a full collection, but I've been waiting this character for a while. I saved my special fusion cores for her, so I'm going to be getting 120 for her right away, because in my opinion, she's definitely worth it and really fun character to use for both PvE and PvP. So yeah, but yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time with more videos. Thanks for watching.